Oh. There we go. Yo, what is up, friends, foes, and members of the Omni Council? My name is Daimien Kamiya and I'm the Omni King. I really wish you would stop doing that. Or it like switches over and I'm not loaded in. Like, Vtube Studio's open. Yes. So today was supposed to be Borderlands. I switched it up because I wanted to have a bit of a shorter stream today, and this game's a lot shorter to stream than Borderlands is. It also allows me to put more time into Borderlands. I'll probably, unless things change with work schedule, probably try to maintain streaming Silent Hope on Sundays exclusively, because that gives me more time. Like, basically, you know, it gives Borderlands less time, really, and that's really the bigger problem. And, sorry, I have hot chocolate in front of me. Yeah, and, so I figured I could get more done in this game within the same amount of time than in Borderlands, especially with the travel time I have to deal with that particular DLC I'm in. So, we'll do this. So we're gonna head into World 2. Last stream we managed to get everyone to 10 and through World 1. So now we're gonna get into World 2. So let's just head on into the game. Alright, so did we determine whether Archer was going to be the character I used?
Even the deepest regrets cannot rewind time. So I must focus on doing what I can right now and move forward.
Or was Archer just the last character I got to level 10 with? No. I think I did choose Archer, because I think... Yeah, Dual Blader, or like whatever, the Rogue was the last one I did.
Do your best.
Alrighty. So I do know a tiny bit. Like, I played, like, the first level of this area. I only remember because I unlocked newer mats. Ooh.
Oh my. Well, that was quite the change in surroundings. I recognize this. It's how the kingdom looked during the Harvest Festival. Oh, are you familiar with that? It was one of our holidays. The biggest of the year, in fact.
All right. Oh, yeah, yeah. Goodbye. It kind of moved, so I didn't really get to exploit that barrel. I think this guy really needs a damage upgrade. I think running through with the previous characters, this was the weakest guy I had. Here we go. Yams. Gotta eat the yams. Now I gotta eat them. I gotta eat the yams. I did the Jake and Amir and Steph comedy. Yeah, I can't wait to class change this guy. I'm not really liking the abilities. Kind of wish the bear trap did something more than just slow the target. What does it mean, 2 traps? So it's not referring to that. Okay, those count as traps. Alright. I wouldn't really count an exploding barrel as a trap, though. The wind blades. Oh my god. I'm a ranged character and I can't avoid them. No problem, man. Enjoy your time, Nick. See you later. Like, I just wish I had a better AoE coverage. That's my primary wish. Bread shot's not exactly what I'm looking for here. Really? The bat set it off? I wish there was a delay on that trigger too, so that it could potentially hit more enemies than just the initial one that triggers it. One of the reasons why I want to get this guy to level 15 is just to see what his next class is. And pray that it's better than this one. Completely whiffed that spread shot. I just need to get better at telegraphing attacks. I do that and I can't lose. Right? It's the best way to win. Just don't get hit. Right? You get hit, you're scrub. Right? And right now I'm scrubbing down the dungeon floor. Defeat 300 monsters in the abyss, or using items from the abyss. Ooh, there's a heal. I don't know if that's not the guy though that'll give me a potion though. The more humanoid ghosty one that gives you a potion. That was a big floor. Good news, though, is that, I'm going to return.
Alright, let's head back.
And I'm going to see if I have equipment that can make this guy pack more of a punch.
Welcome back. Both I and the cows are ever so happy to see you safely home. And there. All malice gone.
The ring? Defense? Getting a lot of good, like, defense shit, but it's not, like... I don't want defense items.
Your order is all ready to go.
Alright, so I can make bronze and obsidian now.
Give it your best. Production will continue to advance while you're exploring the abyss. Alchemy cauldrons have a sense of mystery. Who knows
And this,
what's
I
happening
can make
inside this?
more... I can make different types of wood here.
When you think about it, waiting is part of the fun.
Oh, can I increase?
All right.
Oh,
Let's
let's
make even
go.
more things now. I can hardly wait to see how it turns out. You've grown quite skilled. I can't wait to see the finished product. How fresh and delicious. Now this facility is more efficient
Right,
than ever.
now I can make some butter.
If you don't mind. I can't wait to see the finished product. If you don't mind. Thank you. Chickens are just incredible. They're so
Why is
very
she
small
dancing?
And yet can lay such large eggs. Hooray! You increased your work level.
Okay, so I can make eggplant,
Production will continue to advance while you're exploring the abyss.
rice, yam,
Production is underway.
and another yam.
If you don't mind. Wow, it's as solid as a rock. It looks as good as new. What are you making?
I do like that there's that little thing that shows you if it's going to be stronger or not.
You must consider many factors when making something new. And then you need the right materials to pull it off.
I need more curly tails and turnip fins. I can't make that one yet.
What are you making? Attack and defense are important, but so are any additional effects. Don't forget to consider that as well. There's nothing wrong with color coordinating your outfit and equipment.
Alright, let me see what stones I got here. Crit damage boost.
I recommend using Magistones to change your equipment's element.
I don't think I have a Magistone that can do that yet, though.
There's nothing wrong with color coordinating your outfit and equipment.
Poison damage, okay. Like, if I had an electric one, I'd be fine. Because a lot of those enemies were weak to electric.
Each piece of gear has its own unique effect to consider, which can make it hard to decide what to use. Don't be afraid to try all sorts of styles. Everything's so lovely and shiny. Just looking at your equipment is fun.
Didn't really make things that much better. I upgraded the bow a couple times, but...
Winter is my favorite season, but the snow here piles up so high. It ends up covering half my crystal. It's a little frightening. Upgrade complete. It looks as good as new.
Oh, I can't go higher than 5, I guess?
With enough polish, any stone can become a jewel. And with enough upgrades, any equipment can become useful. Those who can conquer the kitchen can conquer the abyss.
I absolutely want turnip fried rice, but let me make some more food here.
Something smells delicious.
Oh, I can make rice. That's a huge 20% critical damage boost. Fuck yes.
Father, the king absolutely loved to cook. He'd dream up new recipes all the time and record them in a little notebook. He even illustrated them. You can do it!
All right. Oh wow, I am doing electric damage now. Okay, well I'll take that, because... like I said, a lot of the enemies here are weak to electric. An enemy's weakness appears above their health bar when you attack them. See, this guy's weak to electric and piercing. So they're actually really fatal to the bow, because the bow is both, right? Yep. Damage type, piercing, physical attack, electric. This should definitely give me an edge now. I didn't realize I actually changed the element. Because it didn't identify, unless it identified it a different way. Because I only really saw the poison change. I find the archer's also really bad at comboing. Oh, that's, yep. I dashed the wrong way. Hate the consequences for it. I don't know, compared to all the other characters I feel like Archer is just really bad at building up, like, kill combos. Could just all be circumstance, too, like, he just keeps getting really bad layouts, but... Look at that, I made it past the first floor and I didn't even have to use a potion. Oh, I set off 2 traps again? Alright. Oh, come on, like, I don't even know if I can definitively say that, that, like, the difficulty ramped up or what, but... You know what's my favorite kind of archer class? There's 2 games that I've ever played that did this, and they were both MMOs. The first one was Dragon's Nest. The acrobat was so in Dragon's Nest all the classes were gender locked. But archer, so the way the classes went depended on like what it was, kind of like very MapleStory-esque, in where it's like the class you wanted really determined on your weapon, as generally skills ended up utilizing certain weapons over others, except for like mage. The weapon didn't matter, it just came down to your element, which is pretty much the same in MapleStory. But Archer had, so the way it is you have your primary job, then you have second job, and then you had third job, I believe. I don't know if there was actually a fourth job or not. I don't remember. But every time you job advanced, you unlocked, you basically had to pick between 2 options. So it ended up with like 4 final classes or whatever. And in the first job advance, Archer had 2 options. It was basically sharpshooter or acrobat. Acrobat would use short bow, while sharpshooter could use crossbow or longbow. I think crossbow was in the game anyways. And if you, and then in their third job, or their next job advancement, you split between crossbow and longbow. But acrobat was basically a close range archer. Like you use spread shot techniques, kicks, all that sort of stuff. I love archers that do that because it's like you still have the fun of using the bow, but you get to do it in melee range. Like you get to actually utilize the idea that archers can still kick. Right? And she had like this hurricane kick move, and I played Dragon Nest, but ever since Nexon doesn't run it anymore, the game literally kind of went downhill. Like I went into it more recently. They basically like nerfed like the entire beginning of the game. Like they took out pretty much every quest that was in the beginning of the game. They basically just streamlined the story until you get to Haven, which really actually kind of annoys me. And then the other game was a game called Dragon's Prophet. It was an MMO. Played it for a bit. I think it was still in beta when I played it. Basically, it's an MMO where you pick a class and then you tame dragons to fight with you. And there's like different types of dragons. There's like bird dragons, raptor dragons, triceratops dragons, right? Like all these types of dragons. It was a really fun game. I played it back. There are 2 notable factors I remembered when I played Dragon Nest. Or not Dragon Nest, Dragon's Prophet. Sweet. I only did that because I leveled up. But while I wouldn't say it was to the same extent as like Acrobat and Dragon's Nest was, it absolutely had a few melee close combat skills. But the 2 most notable traits were, I remember I came into the game a bit later and one of them got nerfed. Basically you could switch dragons on the fly pretty much, and they disabled that. Switching dragons put things on a cooldown if they died. Basically, if a dragon died, you could, if a dragon died, you were actually able to just switch to another dragon, but they basically removed that if one of your dragons died. So like you have a cooldown on your pets if they die. And you can't cooldown to your dragons if they die, and you can't switch if they're dead. But there's also a cooldown on the switch too, so you'd have to switch them very efficiently. Right, so I just remember that. And the other thing is there's a class type that was basically like a mage / alchemist, and they were broken. And I don't mean like they were difficult to fight. No, they were legitimately broken. For some reason they had an attack, and someone must have made a programming glitch or something. Because any enemy like that one type of enemy would basically one-shot you. Like, this is the beginning area of the game, which I never left. I never made it past that area. There was... Now, originally when I played, there was nothing past that area. Like, you could make it to the final stretch, but that was pretty much it. But I never made it past the final stretch because it was littered with this enemy type that was bugged to hell. They were hitting, like, 2 billion damage. Like, whatever that float number is, like 2.17 or whatever it is, like, they were hitting that. You can't, like, I have, like, 400 health. Like, I'm not surviving 2 billion damage. And there's no dodging the attack, right? Like, especially with the amount of them that were there. But yeah, I love me some close combat ranger or archer. And I don't mean, like, Guild Wars, where it's like, oh, a ranger with a greatsword. No, no, no. I mean, like, full-on archer with bow at close range. I was looking up to see if there was like a post on like, hey, what's some good close combat? Without using any healing potions. Yeah, I try my best. I just need to cheese the cooldowns, pretty much. Yo, slow your roll there, Tepig. That witch is my biggest threat, so I had to push her. Yeah, let's go. So that now means that I can officially upgrade classes. So I think it's Bomber I can upgrade to. Shoot a bomb arrow that knocks back and stuns enemies. Rain down 3 bomb arrows in front of you, causing knockback and stunning enemies. Shoot an arrow that releases smoke upon impact, reducing enemy accuracy. Getting the hang of this. Yo, come here. Oh, I'm dumb. I got stuck when I tried to dodge out. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I have no interest in pushing my luck right now. Flamestone, so I'm assuming that can make my weapons do fire damage. I'm trying to get to the... I want to get to the next, campfire, just to make sure, like, my progress going forward is saved. Ooh, I got a new knuckle weapon. I don't even have to hit any enemy with those things. Like, some of the challenges almost make it easy. I don't even know if there's a penalty for failing them either. Because, like, the thorny sculpture kind of says, like, oh, there's a penalty if you fuck this up. I gotta find the switch. Nice when you can one-shot the bulking enemy type. Let's go. I'm willing to give Bomber a shot because I don't think it can be any worse than this. It just seems to be more magic focused, like the damage categorizes as magic on 2 of the skills. Oh god. I like the little change on classes, though. Like, I like how it's like they have a bomber in the game, but the bomber's like not what you think it is. The bomber's actually an archer. Like, it's not like an actual explosives expert. It's the archer. And there's a lot of those, too. Like, classes that kind of subvert the expectations. Like, we were going through them before, and some of them kind of surprised me. Whoa, is that please, please, please. Yes, it's that guy that gives you a potion. That's good because I have an arena fight on the next floor. And then I'm at campfire and I can back out. I don't think I'm getting this. I'm stuck. This is not a class that can get this. Yeah, like, he's too single target. I bet you if I upgrade the bomber, I could easily take it.
All right, let's head back. One of my favorite sayings is, slow and steady wins the race. And I just know you'll make even more progress next time. That was incredible!
I can still run these. Oh, I see. So I can switch to these ones. Or so when it comes to class, I guess it determines which of these skills I can additionally use. So I can always use the archer ones, it seems. Well, let's learn these. Well, I'm absolutely taking that one.
You'll use this to make equipment, right? Give it your best. I can hardly wait to see how it turns out. Production will continue to advance while you're exploring the abyss. Ah, so that's how this alchemical process works. Give it your best. Production will continue to advance while you're exploring the abyss. I can hardly wait to see how it turns out.
Upgrade as many of these new materials as I
Delicious
can.
and nutritious. I can't wait to see the finished product. I hope your work goes smoothly. When you think about it, waiting is part of the fun. What a bountiful harvest. Production will
Eggplant,
continue to advance while you're exploring the abyss.
rice,
I
yam.
hope your work goes smoothly.
More
I can
yams.
hardly wait to see how it turns out.
Alrighty, let's see. gonna need...
Your dish is ready. That smells incredible. Oh, that looks delicious. That smells incredible. Oh, that looks delicious. Your dish is ready. Just seeing it makes me hungry.
Both of them are defense ones. Like,
You have plenty of time, so think carefully about what you want. It shines like the stars. Wow, what a stunning piece of equipment. Making equipment for 7 people must be tricky.
Oh,
While
you
I'd
have no
love
idea.
To help out, I'm kind of stuck here. But I can at least cheer you on from the sidelines. Rah, rah, sis boom ba, craft that gear without a flaw. Let's get decluttering.
I'm gonna
This
get
is
rid of
complete.
any whites.
Let's get decluttering. Desynthesis complete. Let's get decluttering. There, all done. Let's get decluttering. There, all done. Desynthesis complete.
We're just gonna scrap anything that isn't,
There, all done. Let's get decluttering.
pretty much if it's not...
Accumulating a dragon's hoard worth of items just feels so satisfying. I don't quite know what runes are, but I do know that all things eventually turn back into runes. When you think about it, they have a mystical air about them. There, all done.
Perfect. Yes, I'm assuming these ones like Earthstone and Flamestone are elemental
A
modifiers.
well-organized inventory is a major adventuring priority. Don't you agree?
That's this, this.
I wonder how far the abyss... You can do it! So many wonderful memories. During the festival, our whole kingdom would celebrate. We gave thanks for the Earth's bounty. Our days were filled with feasting and fun. The king would personally show his gratitude for our people's labor. He cooked handmade pizza for them. It tasted delicious. More delicious than anything you could imagine.
I don't know if this is like a stat change or something, but oh my god! I don't know about the bomb rain though. Like, you don't seem to have much control over its range. Well, that worked out. That's easily a skill with a high learning curve. If it just shot a little bit closer to the character, I think I'd like it more. Because it almost seems to like it shoots a little bit out of camera range. Yeah, I'll beat the boss, and then I'll call the stream. I think that's a good spot. So, I'm on floor 8. I got, you know, it's a 12th floor dungeon. Way better mobbing skill, I'll tell you that. And then next stream, we'll focus on trying to get the other classes to clear it. I kind of want to set, like, the first one was, I remember I set a range on the first one, which was, they had to be at least level 10 and having beat the first dungeon. And I think I'll probably do something like that. So maybe for this one, it'll be level 20. By beating the first dungeon, and I have to try out their other, you know, class. One guy already has it unlocked. I think it's Warrior. Warrior's already 15. Yeah, that's my only real complaint I have with that bombardment skill, is that it's just a little bit too out of range for my liking. Makes it harder to see where you're aiming is really my big concern. That's a pro of the archer, though. He can attack from different elevations. Like, there's only 2 ranged characters in this game, right? Archer and mage. So, you know, that's perks of both of them. And even then, they functionally play much differently than each other, too. As the mage is... I feel like the mage has more mobility and more mobbing potential. But that's usually the case, not the first part necessarily, but mages are always known as just AoE nukes. Like, that's just what a mage is. Mages are very rarely ever single target DPS. They're designed for group AoE calamity damage. Can I target a barrel, please? That's the portal. This is a big level. Ooh. In the corner, you can't see the full map. Oh, I gotta check the other corner there, too. Like, I'm completely exploring. I don't have to do like the bonus like danger tunnel things, but because especially this guy, I don't really feel that confident on, but I think that's the real strategy, is blowing it up, but not staying outside, going in and coming out the other side, because you force the melee enemies to follow you. I've had too many melee enemies escape the bomb radius because they come out of it towards me, but if I cut through it, they'll follow me through it and be more likely to get tagged. Well, that actually killed. I'm not saying it's not a good move, it's just, it's hard to articulate the range on it. Alright, that's the level. Level 9. Oh, honestly though, if there's one thing about this game that shocks me, 20 monsters. I'm still shocked that this is not multiplayer. Like, this almost seems like it could be the perfect, a really fun, you know, quick multiplayer game to have, you know, do with some friends. I hit the wrong attack, by the way, there. I meant to do the aerial bombardment skill. Over here. That's a shame. Oh my god. There's that portal again. I do want to try to keep some of the similar aspect characters to be built a bit more differently. Though they will still function differently anyway, but like, I'd like to keep Warrior, like for example, Warrior and Fighter. I would say that they can be very similar. I would like to keep them different. Like, I'd like to have warrior run defense while fighter runs damage reflect. I think that would be a cool difference between them, where they're both heavy set damage takers, but actually defense would probably be better on Wanderer, the guy with the shield. But I think maybe I'll have warrior run damage reflect then. I just think damage reflect is a really cool trait to have, and it's not like it's weak numbers in this game. We'll hit that thing, and then we'll go to the next floor. I don't even know what the boss could be here, because at least with the first floor, they kind of alluded to it. As you saw it in a cutscene, right? I assume it's going to be something to do with the festival. I'm trying to take the witches down first. Got it. 8 seconds left, and I owe it all to the level up. That was a very well-timed level up. I would not have gotten it without the level up. Okay, second last level. There's nothing on this one. There's no, like, free, like, like, I can't leave the zone or switch characters or anything. It's just a flat level. Just gotta get from one side to the other. There we go. Yeah. That's like his Achilles heel, is electric and magic. That's already the exit. Wow. Is this just supposed to be a short level? Yeah, apparently so. Heal me up, my dude.
Right around this time, I also grew worried. After the Harvest Festival concluded, I started to hear disturbing rumors about the king. People complained taxes were unreasonably harsh, and he was just lining his own pockets. But he'd never do such a thing. I sense another terrible presence ahead. Do be careful!
Like a gladiator arena? What the hell? That's gonna be my attack. It's magic and electric. Oh, come on. So this guy has a, well, okay, it did blow up on him, but there was a bit of a delay, and it involved me getting hit, too. But he has a little bit of a CC delay. He can't be stunned repeatedly. I win. Defeat the Incognito for the first time. This one say.
We had an appallingly poor harvest this year. I fear it won't last us through the winter. But not wanting to burden my people with that distressing knowledge, I decided to hold the Harvest Festival as usual. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves, blissfully unaware of the grim future ahead. Now we must tighten our belts to survive. Yet when I gave the order to ration our food supplies, everyone looked absolutely baffled. Why ration anything when we have all this food? Has our king lost his wits? My words discouraged them after such carefree festivities. But I hope they understand why I've done this. For everyone's sake.
Interesting to learn a little bit more about the king after, you know, as you delve down.
You made good progress. Welcome back. Please rest as long as you need. Yay! You did it! That's the spirit! You've earned your reward. Congratulations!
Beat the specified number of monsters. 22,000 out of 600. What?
You did it! You've earned your reward.
That also unlocked a new bow. So it's equal to my current one.
Each piece of gear has its own unique effect to consider, which can make it hard to decide what to use. All equipment has unique effects, so choose your gear wisely. Ooh, that looks lovely on you.
Well, let's rank it up.
Hooray! It looks as good as new! Hooray! It looks as good as new! Now you'll be even stronger! Hooray!
I'm just gonna rank up
Now
everyone's
you'll be even
weapons.
strong. It looks as good as new! Wow! It's a solid upgrade complete! Wow! It's a solid hooray! Upgrade complete!
I'm gonna hold off on the Rowdy Roses for a second, because I know I got something better.
How wonderful!
I really should have double-checked all of them. That one probably, that's a great sword. That's
Making
probably not
equipment
gonna be
for
that
7
bad or
people
that
must
bad,
be
but
tricky. While
actually,
I'd love to help out, I'm kind of stuck here. But I can at least cheer you on from the sidelines. Rah, rah, sis boom bah, crack that gear without a flaw. It should be done by the time you return from an expedition. The material stone is finished. I hope your work goes smoothly, if you don't mind. Give it your best. Production will continue to advance while you're exploring the abyss.
you need more warped lumber there. I can craft
Your
that one
equipment's
though.
ready.
Okay, let me.
Ah, so that's how this alchemical process works.
So it's crit and rune gain
Each piece of
versus
gear has its
attack
own
speed
unique
and
effect to
EXP.
consider, which can make it hard to decide.
They're
what
both
to
rank
use.
1s, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, we're moving. Oh, okay,
Don't
yes,
be
we'll
afraid
go
to
with that
try
one
all
then.
sorts of styles. I recommend using Magistones to change your equipment's element. What shall we cook with that? It should be done by the time you return from an expedition. When you think about it, waiting is part of the fun. What a bountiful harvest! If you don't mind. I can hardly wait to see how it turns out. Production is underway. If you don't mind. Nothing tastes better than freshly picked vegetables you've grown yourself.
You.
I can hardly wait to harvest them. Ooh, that looks lovely on you. I love the sound of a hammer against an anvil. Wow, it's a solid. Now you'll be even stronger.
Yeah, I got
Complete.
tons of mats to upgrade everyone's stuff
It
here.
looks as good as new. Hooray! It looks as good as new. Upgrade complete. Now you'll be even strong. Wow, it's a solid upgrade complete. Wow, it's a hooray! Upgrade complete. It looks as good as new. Now you'll be even strong. It looks as good as new. Wow, it's a solid upgrade complete. Hooray! Wow, it's a solid as upgrade complete.
I just upgraded something that.
Accumulating a dragon's hoard worth of items just feels so satisfying. Let's get decluttering.
So who should, like, obviously I'm gonna end stream now, but who should I do next? No, let's do warrior next.
Come, let us be off.
So I just want to... I want to change to a bolt stone.
So choose your gear wisely.
Since a lot of the enemies here have electric damage.
It really suits you. Each piece of gear has its own unique effect to consider, which can make it hard to decide what to use. I recommend using Magistones to change your equipment's element. Don't be afraid to try all sorts of styles. There's nothing wrong with color coordinating your outfit and equipment. Such searing blows!
What level am I? 11. Okay.
Nice hit! Spending time with everyone here brings back lots and lots of good memories. Congratulations!
Read all the steel. So that's
All
basically, I
missions from
assume, all
time
the
to time.
graves, right?
So make sure to check them every once in a while.
I guess there's 6 worlds.
Having clear goals motivates you to do more.
Obviously, archers killed the most. 9 away from getting this on the archer. Rogue killed the
Nothing
least,
feels
apparently.
better than clearing a mission you'd previously failed. It shows just how much you've improved. Let's try to complete them all. You can do it! A journey of 1,000 miles.
I have to
begins
clear
with
the
a single
abyss
step.
in 7 minutes.
Complete the objective, and I'll give you a wonderful prize.
I absolutely plan to wait until I'm, like, super overpowered for that. Though you don't actually have to fight anything, right? You can just basically run, and the only thing you'd really have to fight is the boss or those arena things.
Let's try to complete them all. You can do it! What amazing technique! I could watch this all day. That was incredible! Nothing feels better than clearing a mission you'd previously failed. It shows just how much you've improved. Time for someone else to take the stage. It really suits you. A well-organized inventory is a major adventuring priority. Don't you agree?
He has like urchins on her fist now. Let's spam upgrade this.
looks as good as new. Now you'll be even stronger. Hooray! Upgrade complete. Tick. Searing blows. Tick. Oh, very palpable hit.
Oh my god!
Wish with all your heart, and I'm sure any wish you make will come true someday.
Oh my god!
Just know it.
1700 damage. Almost kind of want to do her next. Do I have a spare bolt thing?
Right? We must have those 7 lights to thank for this miracle. I recommend using Magistones to change your equipment's element. Don't be afraid to try all sorts of styles. What's that dummy one for? Oh, a very palpable hit. Tick.
All right. I think that was a pretty successful stream, I have to say. We managed to beat the second level. We did it with Archer. Obviously, I will have to get Archer back into the swing of things just to get to level 20. Right, so that'll be my next goal, is to get everyone to 20. And in the next dungeon. I don't necessarily think I'm gonna care if they beat the dungeon per se anymore. It'd be kind of cool if they did, but I mostly am just doing that so I can get mats, because it's like, this is one thing I did in Guild Wars 2 a lot, and why, like, you've seen my bank, right? Like, why I have so many materials of many things is because it just map completed. I map completed so much, I never spent the materials on anything. So I would just kill things and harvest things, and obviously I would buy materials when needed. You've seen me do that, but at the same time, it's just like there's many materials that I didn't buy that I just accumulated, just passively. So. All right, so this was the switch up for the stream today. So tomorrow is going to be Secret of Mana. That's not changing. And then Borderlands will now be on Tuesday, which, since I'm closing from work on Wednesday, that will actually be the best time to actually get the most amount of time in on the game, which is good because it'll allow me to do a really nice big push in General Nox. Because, as I said, I never completed all the side quests in this. In all honesty, I'm going to be flat out. I'm enjoying Borderlands, don't get me wrong. The primary problem I have with it still is just the hit detection. It's really bad, especially compared to Borderlands 2. Like, being able to snipe someone, like, aim, headshot, boom, and still miss, right? Like, that's, like, really bad to me. Borderlands 2 did a great job fixing that. But, my real complaint is I feel so detached from the game, and like, because there's no dialogue. Like, all of the side quests and stuff are in text, and while there was text in the other games in the mission stuff, all the actual side quests and stuff are given vocally, right? So I feel like I'm just missing a lot of the side quest stuff. So, that's what I mean by when I say I'm kind of detached. Though General Nox seems to have a lot more dialogue in it previously. But yeah, I didn't do a lot of the side quests in General Nox, and I didn't do any side quests in the Claptrap one after. So, and that's all the DLCs too. So once we're done General Nox and the Claptrap DLC, we're done. We're done with Borderlands. We'll move on to the next game, which I've already said will be Bedlam. Game I've wanted to beat. I played it a long time ago, back when it was still in early access, so I played it up until the actual boss of the game, Like, I played it up until, like, the game would allow you to play. So I would like to actually beat that. And then after that, unless there's something else coming up, I'm thinking of going into my second last playthrough of Wonderlands to continue to fulfill my promise. So for those that don't know, I promised to play through Borderlands or Tiny Tina's Wonderlands with all the classes. They released a new one which added another playthrough. The last one was what was it, Graveborn primary spells only. I think, what was the secondary on that one? Secondary didn't really matter, to be fair. Whatever it was. The next area was dark magic spells only. The next one is, the remaining two are Clawbringer and Blightcaller, I believe it is. And Clawbringer is melee only, and it can only use electric and fire. And Blightcaller is... no, it can only use electric and shock melee weapons. No spells, no guns. Obviously, like, I have to equip the guns, and I'll equip guns that have blades to them. Like you saw in the other one, like, I equipped it guns that gave me spell damage effects, like sort of like the anointed effects. And then the other one is Blightcaller, and it's poison and fire gun only. So no melee, no spells, and that one will probably be trickier, obviously. That one won't be trickier. And obviously, I will say this with the melee one, the same rule applies to what my old Creed build was, is the whole point is the challenge is pretty much in the combat, not in the puzzle solving. If I can solve the puzzle with melee, I will try my best to, but if I have to shoot my gun, I have to shoot my gun. I did that in the spell only one too. There are phases where you have to use your gun, and I had to use my gun, or I had to swing my melee weapon. I had to do those things. So that is what I will do, right? Like, it's the same with, like, I attribute it the same thing to, like, using rare candies in a Pokemon speedrun, for example. It's like, the challenge is your strategy against the trainers, not grinding aimlessly against wild Pokemon, right? Like, and the same here is the challenge is the combat against the enemies, not that I have to hit this flower to open it for a side quest, right? I am kind of excited though, because it's like, I do like how different all the classes play, and the fact that you can combine two. It feels very Grim Dawn on how almost every class can combine and somehow they benefit each other. It's really cool to me. So, you know, we'll see after we still got to get through Bedlam first. Right, so tomorrow will be Secret of Mana. And I got nothing else to add. So with that said, my name's Daimien Kamiya. I am the Omni King. Be a friend, foe, or member of the Omni Council. I'm going to see you later. Bye, everyone.